Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, ma'am. I am Francil Medidase, and I'm one of the reporters this afternoon. So, last discussion, the reporters already tackled about the editorial writing, wherein editorial writing, it is the collection of the expressed opinion of the publication staff on a particular topic or a particular issue. And editorial writing is just like an essay wherein it has a part which is the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. And it also involves topic just like issues or current problems that happening in a place. So now I'm gonna discuss the some techniques in persuasion. So the first techniques in persuasion in writing and editorial writing is the appeal. So appeal is one persuasive technique is appealing to the audience emotion, fears, need to protect their family, desire to fit to be accepted, desire to protect animals and the environment, pride in our country, and others. So appeal is one of the most effective techniques that the editorial writer can apply because through this appeal, of course, the readers or the viewers of the article can easily be persuaded and can easily be conveyed since um, the appeal has a good effect to the readers. One of the examples of the appeal is just like the quotations that is being put in the introductory part. That is one of the examples. So another one is the evidence. So the evidence is very persuasive as it makes the reader see the editorial writer as knowledgeable. Thus, the argument is more logical or reliable. So the evidence or using evidence is also one of the crucial or one of the vital that the editorial writer can use because as you put evidence in your claim, of course, it will serve as a big support to your writings. So, example of the evidence that can be put is just like the research findings about the opinions of the people. So, example is the latest study shows that 46.9% of women students marry at the age of 15 to 19. So, it is an statistic evidence. So, another one is the Mr. Juan Pacleb, SSG president, revealed that the program aims only to generate funds. So, it is this evidence is the is a statement from the authority. So the third one is the attacks. So attacks on opposing views or the people who hold them can persuade the readers by portraying views and beliefs which are contrary to the editorial board's contrition as foolish, dangerous, uncaring, or deceitful. So in putting or using attacks, you can put here some humors or for example some contra- destructive criticism. So through this attack, for example, in the other side of in the GMA network and versus from the ABS-CBN network. So the views or the perspective of uh, the GMA was being attacked by the ABS-CBN, which is the opponent. So, using humor to make fun of these views can be particularly persuasive, but we should put in our mind that it can offend or al- alienate audience if overdone. So, the fourth techniques and persuasion is the rhetorical question. So, rhetorical questions are questions that do not require an answer. They are asked for effect only. So, through these rhetorical questions, of course, the readers are engaged and they are encouraged to think of an answer based from the given question. So, the example of this is, do we want that we will only be the higher learning institution in the country which does not change its opening of classes? So, through these questions, the readers, of course, may gonna think what may be the possible answer for this. The next one is the cause and effect. So cause and effect are arguments may claim that there is a cause and effect relationship when really there is just a relationship, and other factors should be considered. So as the writer used this cause and effect in his or her writing, of course he or she can easily persuade the readers, since he or she is giving a sense. He or she is giving a cause and effect based from the given topic. So, of course, the readers may feel that what they are reading really has a sense. So the next is the connotation. So connotation is the emotional meaning associated with the word. So, diba, we have this denotation and connotation, wherein denotation is the literal meaning of the word, wherein we can find it in the dictionaries, while the connotation is the emotional meaning of the word. So, example for this is the word dove. So, in the denotational meaning, the dove is the bird, while in the connotation, the meaning of the dove is about peace. So that is the connotation. So next is the analogy. So analogy, so this is a form of reasoning which compares one thing with another in order to make a particular point. So um, uh, to make it easy, analogy is just like comparing a thing to another. So example for this is, school is like a prison and students are like prisoners. So in this analogy, the school is being compared, or it says that it has a similarity in the prison, and students are just like a prisoners. So the next is the generalization. Generalization makes sweeping statement about a whole group based on only one or two members of the group. So generalization is just like uh, putting uh, putting uh, putting things all together. So so this can be persuasive if the readers believe the generalization is appropriate, but can also be undermined argument if they do not. So the example of generalization is, a teacher might see one or two teenagers cheating in a class Sampaguita and write a letter to the editor claiming all students in class Sampaguita are cheaters and cannot be trusted. So we can see the generalization from the example. So the ninth is the humor. So the use of humor such as the puns, irony, sarcasm, satire, and jokes can be persuasive by deciming opposing views, providing a more engaging and friendly tone, and sway an audience by having them enter into the joke. So, as the writer put a humor in his or her writing, of course, the readers uh, can be more interested in reading that article, since they are having fun while they are getting some ideas or informations. So the example of the humor is the a writer may use Malice in the Wonderland as a pun of Alice in the Wonderland regarding some malicious issues in school. So that then is the repetition. So by reading letters, words, and phrases, the author can reinforce an argument and ensure that the point of view being made stays in the reader's mind. So the writers use repetition to be able to make the readers uh, easily memorize what is being written in the editorial. So the example is, now is the time to amend the student manual. Now is the time to arrange the student system. Now is the time for students deployment. Yes, now is the time. So as we observe, the repetition that being used in the sentence is now is the time. So the next is the hyperbole. Hyperbole is the use of hyperbole and emphasize points by exaggerating. It can be used to mock opposing opinions as a shock tactics technique or an appeal to fears. So hyperbole are words, or these are the exaggerated words that being put by the writer. So one of the example of this is, one presidential candidate said that when he becomes the president, every Filipino background marred by plunder cases, every Filipino might just eat three times a week. So the next is the alliteration and the assonance. The repetition of initial consonant sounds, alliteration and assonance adds emphasis to major points and makes them more memorable. So in the alliteration and the assonance, it is just like in the repetition, wherein the writer use this to yes, to make the readers easily remember what is being written, or to make the readers to make the readers memorize easily. But the difference here in the alliteration and assonance, the repetition is in the alliteration and the in assonance, the repetition put here is in the uh, uh, initial consonant sounds. So the last one is the imagery figurative language. The use of figurative language, metaphor, imagery, and figura word picture for audience, making the point visually or may appeal to emotion. So uh, through the use or help of this imagery and figurative language, the writing or the editorial writing can be more creative and uh, be more powerful when the readers uh, reads the article. Letters to the Editors is a platform wherein readers are given a chance to share and express their concerns or their opinions about the local issues. So through this platform, of course, it engage or encourage the readers to express what they are feeling. It encourage an active engagement through the readers and through the writers, and through with the help of this, it also promote a healthy discussion between the different perspective of people. So let us discuss first the first paragraph, or the introduction. So in the first sentence, it talks about the news spec or the introduction, while in the next sentence, it gives the position of the paper. That is, the cleanliness or the walls painting depends in the behavior of the students. And the next is the body of the paragraph, or the body. So in the second paragraph, it talks about the evidences about the negligence of students in taking care of the newly painted buildings. On the other hand, the third paragraph employs a persuasive techniques such as the presenting of statistics from the authorities and asking of rhetorical questions. So another evidence is from the fourth paragraph by quoting the remark of the parent. So this is the effective and too much, because there is a follow-up sentence that insinuates a challenge to the readers. And the third paragraph or the conclusion is, um, as discussed above, the editorial ending should be short, witty, and simply such as they can propel a challenge to the students. In that way, the editorial writer just employed a question or the rhetorical question that makes the reader or put a hanging question that makes the reader think what should be the possible action that they were gonna do.